Hey there, there's of Schwermetallisch here. Yeah, last time I had an interview with High Council, an American band with beautiful harmonies in, yeah, guitar harmonies and vocal harmonies. Dope guys, by the way, and yeah, you will notice in the interview. I think I may have fucked up the beginning, and yeah, there was no way to better edit. So yeah, this is me, Schwermetallisch, and High Council. Have fun.
Chichen Itza in Mexico, in the Yucatan. Specifically, I am right now by El Coracal, which is an ancient observatory for astronomy. I'll show you.
Oh, adventurous.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it is actually like this giant complex. It takes probably an hour or so to walk from one end to the other, and yeah, so I'm exhausted and it's a great time. It's so hot.
It's a very convincing fake Skype background, Steve.
Yeah. It's moving. Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the time I spent vectoring all those images. But yeah.
Where Steve travels to.
But it's really cool to have a little part of a travel documentary in the background of a heavy metal interview.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yes, welcome to my vacation.
Yeah. So yeah, what happened was someone on Facebook just mentioned the video of you guys, Amber, and yeah, I checked it out, and it was like I was 3 minutes in. It was like, okay, fuck, I want that.
Yeah, thank you, man.
So you guys really sound great, and I have been digging around a bit, and yeah, the question that popped up in my head was, what happened between Held in Contempt and Amber? Because you're already complex and really fucking great arrangements. Yeah, that's definitely the next step.
Go ahead, Bob. It looks like you wanted to say something.
Oh no! It's I mean, we've always been about we try and just write complex, but to make it sound good. And I think Amber was more of like inspiration from Lou, so you should probably take the reins on this. But it was very cool. It was like just a different, like, slow kind of, going into it. But like, how do we make it right, and how do we make it more, complex in a good way? So yeah, look.
Yeah, and then, well, I just think we had, the Held in Contempt was, closer to a full album length, and Ember was something we just wanted to try a little bit differently. We'd never done just like basically a single, and I thought, why don't we just try to go into the studio and just put down the 2 songs that we've been working on like really hard, at the current time, and just see how good we can make them. And that's what came out. And maybe it was that we just had a smaller set of songs to focus on that we could really, give more attention to, or maybe we just, naturally got better. I don't know. I like all our stuff, but I mean, I think the recording quality makes those, from what people have told me, the recording quality on those is, people are really liking it. So that's cool.
Yeah, we went to a different studio, and it was going to be more expensive. So we had always said that we really need to really focus on getting the songs as close to being as written as possible. But a lot of times we got good feedback from the producer, and we ended up changing things. Whereas this time, we needed to make sure that everything was really buttoned up well before going into the studio. And I'm really proud of all the work that everybody did. Everybody worked harder than ever to make sure that the songs were really in great shape. And I don't think we really tweaked a lot in the studio, right? It was mostly just getting a better quality recording, right?
Yeah, we just added more tracks to stuff, but that's pretty par for the course.
Yeah, we also, at least for Ember, I remember we recorded ourselves once before we went to the studio, just to kind of prove it out and to, knuckle down and make sure that we hit all the, road bumps and added everything we thought it needed. And so it might just come down to we just gave more time and love to fewer songs for change. And if that for us, and that's cool. And we just need to kind of maybe take some lessons from that and continue to make great stuff. So.
Yeah. The key is fewer songs. If we could get it down to one song every 5 years, it will be perfect.
If we just stop releasing it.
But that song will be 20 minutes long.
Yeah, true.
So I have a question, because the internet is not entirely clear on how many people in this band are actually singing. Heads up.
There's 30 singers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the rumor. 666 singers on a 4-man band.
Me and Steve usually share it. Sometimes Steve more than I, but we're the ones doing the harmonies. Lou will get in there for some added bass when need be, and then when we're recording, it's just until we fill up a whole terabyte of space between all these different vocal harmonies. We just don't want to stop. Sometimes I feel like I'm still in the studio doing another vocal harmonies. Let's just do everything, a wall of sound.
Yeah, we're not quite at Blind Guardian levels of vocal tracks, but we aspire to something similar.
Yeah.
Blind Guardian is difficult for old school fans, because they really changed their sounds up from, I don't know what it was. I forgot because I'm old. That that record with I'm Alive, that was the last one where they really got me, and after that they became very symphonic and more complex, and that was ages ago, and at that point in time I was not ready for that kind of shenanigans.
So are you a fan of Nightfall and Middle Earth, or not a fan of Nightfall and Middle Earth?
I have to say I probably listened to it once 20 years ago or something like that.
See, that Nightfall was my first experience with Blind Guardian, and see, I have a theory that the first thing you hear from a band will always be your favorite thing, with some exceptions, but I think generally that's what happens. So, to me, I cannot imagine a better album at all than Nightfall and Middle Earth, and I like all their earlier stuff, but I think because maybe I came in on that album, that's my forever favorite Blind Guardian album.
Well, totally legit. I will have to revisit it, because I did a review on a reissue that came out a few months ago, and you tend to forget what you loved ages ago, and if you're not constantly re-listening stuff, and sometimes you just stumble upon something and it's like, oh man, how did I survive without listening to this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I wrote down a few questions. That's cool. And never asked this one ever. How do you guys approach writing and composing?
Shall we give them the fantasy version or the actual version?
The actual version, please. We keep it real here.
Well, I think one of the reasons why we've been together so long is because we just found I think good bands that are together for so long and still putting out good stuff is just trust in the music. And that was a hard thing to learn, especially for me in the beginning, because you want to write as much as you can about a song, but eventually you got to hit a roadblock, and you can say, okay, I can write a bunch of crap just to fill in the space here. Or what I've done time and time again with these guys is being like, this is my vision for what I've got for the song so far. Like, I can't come up with anything that's not garbage for here. Let me give you my baby. And, you know, and most of the time these guys come up with something that I would have never thought of in a million years, and it makes the song so much better. So it's just like trusting in their writing styles and being able to let go when you've said, I've written all I can for this piece, and anything else is just going to do a disservice to the song. And I try and do the same thing for these guys when they're bringing me, you know, awesome stuff that they have. So
collaboration is the name of the game. That's
yes, the stuff, man. Basically, like, that's also true. Like, I feel completely 100% the same way. So, like, the vocal harmonies in Ember are a great example of something that Bob came up with that I would never in a million years have thought of, because, like, it kind of drifts in some weird version of the key that's not the actual key, but it works, and I don't know how it works, and it's just like this weird, crazy thing. And, you know, I sometimes you're just like, hey, what do you have for this? And you wait a little bit, and then it comes back, and you got something worth that, you know, it just, you know, has greater value than you could have anticipated. So, yeah, I feel that way.
I'm a big fan of bands with multiple singers that don't change it up we have one guy singing clear stuff and the other guy is just screaming and dying and thrashing in the background. Sometimes it can work, but most of the time it's, oh yeah, that sounds really good. Yeah, and then sometimes it's just, oh, and it's gone. The song is dead.
yeah.
And I really like that about your stuff. And of course, I'm a sucker for the high screams. I really love that.
Yeah, I think the trading back and forth, kind of like clean and you know, death vocals, is kind of like sort of like the kill switch engage style of metal, which I think when we started out playing, or maybe a few years after we kind of started out and got out there playing shows and stuff, that was the only style happening, you know. So this is like, you know, the 2010s and stuff. Pretty much every band we're playing with is doing some sort of offshoot of that. And that's not to say that, you know, we're the most original band in the world. Like, obviously we are heavily influenced by the bands we like, but it just maybe wasn't a great fit. And I think that right now we're able to find a lot more bands that we're close to stylistically, even if they do, you know, have, you know, all depth vocals or more of like folk metal or stuff like that. But it's more close to what we're doing stylistically than a lot of the sort of screamo or, you know, kill switch engage style bands that, you know, we played with for a long time.
Yes, it's always like I know it is technically it's really difficult to scream like that and to do growls and do all the extreme metal vocals, but the first thing that always comes to my mind is, that's just noise. Stop it, please.
If you're not screaming on pitch, I still want to hear it. But if you can scream on pitch, I'm amazed. But not does that. So.
Yeah, the pig screams. What the fuck is that?
I think Sign of the End. I think that was the first time that we had any kind of heavy vocals, right? That scream at the end.
Yeah.
That's the first time, right?
Yeah. That's cool though. I think it can be well placed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it was very appropriate for the song. It was just one spot that really put the button on it.
I really was just about to ask if you guys could do a vocal harmony, but I think that's really fucked if you are out in the wild in Mexico and tourists walk by and maybe someone thinks you're a rebel and shoots you or stuff like that. I don't know Mexico, but that's what Hollywood tells us.
No. Everyone's paid money to get here, so there's the police are at the gates. Everyone here's it's fine. But yeah, I'm not sure if like on-spot harmony would make for a great video experience. But
Especially with latency and things like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's pretty dope. Well,
Yeah.
video wise.
Thanks. If we do this again and Bob and I can be in the same room, it'd be much easier, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, we can direct you. We can direct you to the video we made where these two guys were singing in the shower together. That's on our YouTube channel. We did.
That was a private moment.
It's not private.
You
It's on
filmed that.
YouTube.
It's how we usually end band practice, and somebody caught it on film.
Yeah, we got the good old rub down situation going.
They are
Calm
funny.
down, it's called bonding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link after this. You can watch vocal harmony.
Is it safe for work?
Yeah, they're closed.
I would just complete your history afterwards.
Yeah, if it's on YouTube, I guess it's safe for work, or maybe there's some filters and it's not safe.
Writing that I wanted to mention is like it kind of helps it when we try and have our songs be very, very story driven. So that'll sometimes help if we're coming to a part in the song where it's like, okay, what's this going to be about? Where do we want this song to be? It kind of helps develop the style of what we want to write the next part in. And Ember, and I mean especially Scion of the End, which is like totally story driven. It's like, all right, geez, how do we put into music what we're saying in the story, and how do we not make this song like 45 minutes long with very like I don't know, 1,000 word count. But sometimes so.
Yeah, I had an interview with the band Manticora last time. Guys from Denmark, writing really progressive power metal kind of music, and they had a storyline. They published as a book, as 2 books, and out of those scripts they did 2 records, and I was like, okay, that sounds totally cool, but my brain is melting by the thought of transcribing a book into a song.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Well, we usually do the story, the vocals and the story more towards the end. So it's got to be tough to have already the story and kind of lyric, or I guess maybe you just have the themes and then you choose the lyrics based off the themes. But yeah, it's still very different from how we write.
What is the very beginning of one of those projects look like? Okay, guys, I wrote this book. Everyone read it. You're gonna write a CD.
Maybe the rhythm section doesn't have to read it. Only the singers and the lead guitarist in
Everybody
the
knows
rhythm
rhythm section doesn't read.
Yeah, we don't read.
it's like you have 40 minutes to read the script. We write a test afterwards.
That's right.
Go for it.
Can anyone else not see Greg? Is that just me?
We can
I
see
can
Greg.
see Greg.
I can't see Greg. Greg, you're the most beautiful member of the band. I can't see it.
Thank you for saying that. My mom told me I have a face of radio, so you're kind.
Coming up GM, that makes me sad.
You'll just have to go over. One day we'll be in the same room again.
Yeah.
In a while.
When were you last time together?
Oh.
Yeah.
February of 2020.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
No. We met for Greg's birthday party.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
But we
The
didn't.
last time we were,
What, Bob?
the last time we were together for band stuff though was where we're there strictly as a band, was February 2020. So yeah, like Lou said, it feels like forever.
Took a hard break.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of our last canceled show, which was May 3rd, I think. It was supposed to be May 3rd last year. So
It's gonna be a good one.
Make a song of it and call it Recancelled.
like Metallica.
Yeah. So what I realized when listening to your Bandcamp stuff and the new EP is that okay, I didn't have the time to listen to all of your stuff, but I will do it. that the new EP it has some kind of doom vibe to it.
Okay, yeah. So I think Doom has gotten obviously very popular in the last, I don't know, I guess 10, 12 years. But I mean, and I think all genres have gotten more popular because of the internet and just the access you have to seeing people do it. But obviously Doom is incredibly popular. I enjoy a lot of Doom bands, but I think it's, you put distortion on a bass and then people call it Doom. And I don't know if that's fair, because kind of like part of our inspiration for Ember is like kind of a Manowar ballad, like if you listen to any Manowar ballad, you're going to hear a distorted bass with, melodic vocals over top. So while I don't like, while I don't chafe at the reference, that's not the intention. If people like it, that's cool. And it definitely, obviously influences do seep in, but I think that just having a heavy bass is sort of like an intrinsic part of metal, and the vocal harmonies over top of it kind of make it us.
Yeah, of course.
But whatever people like, honestly, people could think it sounds like polka, and if they listen to it, I'll be like, hey, whatever works for you.
Give me your money, please.
Just your attention. Just your attention.
Just like.
Well, we lost him.
Understandable. No, he's muted. Why are you muted, dude?
Is that me?
Yeah, you were muted, and you're back. Hi. Muted again. Okay. What?
He's probably got a lot of tourism noise going on behind him.
I stay muted for two reasons. One, there are people that come by every now and again, but also like the wind here is like really super crazy sometimes. And so I'm trying to avoid having the microphone be like, like completely like a mess. Like every now and again, a gust will just come out of nowhere and like, blow everything around. You can't tell because I have no hair and there's no discernible.
But I guess that's where your hat went.
No, I stuffed it away because it was a risk. It was a risk.
It's a flight risk.
The hat is on the way back to the US.
Yes. That precedes me. But the only thing that's free in Riviera Maya is the wind. There's lots of. That's basically all I can say about it.
To make it clear, when I said it has a Doom vibe, I meant that was the original moment when I said, okay, that sounds really awesome, and of course, it's meant as a compliment because I fucking love Doom. It's one of those genres that almost always has a certain positivity to me when I'm in reviewing mode. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I got music from my editor-in-chief, and it was German avant-garde krautrock music, and it was like, I think I don't want to do this, but I think I have to. Okay, yeah. And I did it, and it was like, those progressive music experiments where it's really spheric and it's like music to chill out to, and it's like and you're okay, I can get used to this. That is okay. And then there were sounds like boop, boop, bloop, bloop, and then some screechings like and I was like, oh, I don't like where this is headed to. And there were 2 songs on this EP, and by 20 minutes each. And they were all like this, all the time, no vocals.
That's tough.
Little does anybody know, they were just clicking through different sounds they bought in a sound library.
Yeah, that's what they do. Experimental,
Do you remember when we all were a bit younger and we had a new handy and
testing which ringtone we are gonna use.
Yep.
like that, but recording this.
Yeah.
That was really that was awful. One question I I have for you guys that has absolutely nothing to do with music, but I like to ask questions that are a bit unusual and not the questions you answered 1,000 times before. So let's rock this. What is your favorite dinosaur?
Ankylosaurus.
Wow.
They lower to the ground. They got that big gnarly tail. They swing it like a mace. It's great.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That
this
was
is
the
tough.
question, right? It was what's your favorite dinosaur?
Dinosaur, yeah.
What did you
Oh,
say?
yeah, thank God. Otherwise, I just said a lot of stuff about an Ankylosaurus. And you didn't know. But the Ankylosaur. They also sometimes have like these weird like things around the sides of their heads, like horns. Which
Yes,
not. You know,
yes.
so yeah, like they're kind of like a weird like, you know.
And he has this tail that's like a mace.
Yeah. No, cool. I like them.
I'll keep it basic. I think
That's my final word on that.
I was always a fan of Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus isn't real.
No, it's not.
No, Brontosaurus was found to not exist.
Was it something where there was something similar and just not?
Yeah,
as...
a Brachiosaurus is probably the closest.
Yeah, there's another one that begins with an A that's very similar as well. But Bob stole my answer for that, yeah. Because you just got to respect the size of an animal that big and how much it has to consume to maintain that. It's just unbelievable.
I'm going to go the opposite route. I haven't thought about this question since I was in second grade, but my answer then was the saltopus. And the saltopus is a dinosaur that is only 2 pounds. And I think I was so fascinated by the thought of a dinosaur that was the size of smaller than a house cat, that I said that was my favorite dinosaur. And I really haven't revisited that opinion in these past few decades. So I'll just go with saltopus. Hopefully that hasn't been disproven to exist as well.
Dude, that would make me mad. It's like the dinosaur convention gets together and it's like, all right, who's still a member? And then they always look at Saltopus, but he's got I don't know, he pays off all the other dinosaurs and everyone's like, yeah, he's a dinosaur. And everyone's like, really? All right.
Technically he is a chicken. Well, we will accept the saltopus once again.
Agreed.
And once again, it is proven that this is a good question. I love how many people 20, 30 years after their school years and their dinosaur years and the Jurassic Park hype still know their dinosaurs.
I always was wondering why you learn so much about dinosaurs. It's like the least relevant thing a child could possibly need to know. Unless they get it.
No, but you never taught a group of children anything. Maybe you have, I don't know. But if you need them to just focus on something, it cannot be anything practical. You need to give them not the love, otherwise they will eat you alive. Being a teacher, young children is. Yeah. I said this as a camp counselor once. This is my experience. But on a sad note, I have to book because our taxi driver, when we hired, is waiting for us to take us some other place. I love you all very much, and have a great interview. So.
See you, Steve.
Buenos dias. Adios.
Thank God.
That fucker.
In jest, Steve is amazing. I can't wait till we all get together again. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think I know bands that have that dynamic, but in real life, he's gone, fuck him.
Yeah.
I hate him.
We've been doing this too long to have. I think if we were like that, this would not still be going on, because after you can only work with someone you don't like for so long, and then you just can't.
Yeah, or you have band members that really suck, and you make a documentary about it.
Yeah, I guess if you can cash in on it, it's all worth it.
I just don't understand. It's like you get to a certain age, and then it's like, why am I still in this? Why am I still writing and performing with this person that we can't stand each other? It's like a recipe for disaster. I think that's why this works so well. Like we might have differences of opinions on it, on stuff or stuff like that, or maybe someone wants to, pursue, another project and write material that might not want to fit with us. But like I know for me personally, I always like, that it always pulls you back in, and you're like, oh, you hear one of your old songs, and you're like, yes, must perform, must play again.
That's what I was so like. That's why I wondered why the guitarist from Judas Priest quit, like in 2017 or whatever. It's like, you've been in the band for 40 years. You're gonna quit now? Like, just ride it out, man.
Yeah.
You have 3 years left. What the fuck?
What? Like he's gonna go do his own thing at this point. I don't know. Just you boarded that train. Just ride it all the way to the station, man. I don't know.
Officially
You got
quit.
a new band.
At this time, we need to take some time off. This dude's gonna be, taking my place for a bit. But to say like, finally, I am free of the chains of Judas Priest. I'm gonna have some shit band name.
Yeah. And then he's just, what is he? Which one was it? Was it Glenn Tipton or KK Downing? I forget which one quit, but he's probably touring and just playing all the
KK.
Judas Priest songs on it. He quit. He's probably just playing all the Judas Priest songs on tour anyway. That's what Halford did when Halford went solo. He was like, I saw him open for Iron Maiden, and he played one of his songs off his new album, and then he just played Painkiller and all that stuff.
You guys know how the band name is of the new band of KK?
No, what is it?
It's KK's Priest.
Ah, of course.
and the vocalist is
Tim Ripper Owens.
yes.
Is it? Oh my God. We actually opened for him with the three. What were they? The three Tremors. Three Tremors.
Oh yeah.
It's like being married for 40 years to a very beautiful person, and everything is fine, and you get along, and you don't have any real problems in life, and then you decide to return to your shitty ex.
Yep. Exactly.
Like, I'm too happy. Fuck this.
gotta shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm over 60 years old. I want to be a bit unhappy before I die.
Venues with that band High Council, so I can't be can't be doing this Judas Priest stuff.
Too much serotonin here. Haven't cried for years. I want it back.
So I can write good music.
I need some pain.
I think that is a little bit true. I don't think I don't think any artist should ever be too happy, because then they'll create happy art, and nobody wants that.
It's like if you playing in a goth doom band, and you get a new girlfriend, and everything seems all right, and everyone in the band gets really scared. Oh, fuck, no, he's happy.
We need to keep him miserable.
We need to kill her. Maybe this happens in real life far too often.
Probably.
Especially for angry styles of music too. Like, it's easy to be angry when you're young and you don't have a girlfriend and you're poor and all that, and you get rich and are surrounded by women, and you still have to write angry songs. Like, how do you do it? What's your motivation?
I hate my tax guy. Oh.
Yeah, I think you really have to remember the little things in life that make you pissed. It's like, I don't know, the water takes too long to get really warm when you're showering, and
Oh,
to just write down a song.
that's an album right there.
Concept album, 40 minutes.
I need to hire a new nanny.
Soap in my eyes.
This is actually great. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
It would be great if someone wrote a really amazing album about that stuff, and then the reviewer would have to reconcile with the, unparalleled quality of the music versus the complete idiocy of the song subject matter.
I got one more. I stepped on a Lego brick.
Yeah, that's probably a song. I guarantee that's on YouTube somewhere. Someone's done it.
It has to start with a really high-pitched scream that goes on for hours, and it has to end the same way. Yeah.
I like it. I think you're on something.
No, notice. Write it down.
Or it could be kicking a giant stack of Legos.
Yeah, you do that song and put it on an album and get how is it called if a company you get sued.
Yeah.
It's like or they produce Lego bricks that are really soft. After that.
We have a bunch of joke songs that we kind of joke about here and there, releasing an album of joke songs.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Yeah, when we get bored of practice, well, more of those guys, but yeah, when boredom ensues, joke songs come out.
Yeah, maybe it's a side project.
That's true, yeah.
When we're writing our serious lyrics, it's like you can tell when you hit gold and when you found the one, because we all just start laughing hysterically. It's like, yeah, like evil scientists. Like, yes, that's the one. That's the line.
It's like, yeah, I told Chat in high school that I gotta make it, and this is the song to prove it. In your face, Chat. Chat. Yes, Chat. Yeah, you were together since 2003. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find anything in the internet.
Yeah, we started, I guess, writing the first rough demos in 2003, but the first EP we put out in 2005. So, first release 2005, we were together. We started writing sometime before that.
That was before the interview. I thought, okay, I will have to look at this up in order to get a bit professional, to know who you're dealing with. And the Encyclopedia Metallum, the Metal Archives, didn't have the year, and I was like, oh fuck, what now? And then I googled it, and I found it. And I edited it because for the next one that writes a review or does an interview, if he looks it up, I did it for him.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't even know where that site gets their info. There's, there was another one. Oh, Last FM. Do you have Last FM over there? It's just
yes.
Yeah, so we had a profile on there, and they found our profile picture is like some picture of us playing a house show at 2 a.m. and afterwards, and we're just posing, we're by the wall and we're all tired. And I don't even know how they got that picture. I don't know where people, there's just so much out there on the internet. It's like they just grabbed a random photo from, hundreds that maybe are on our Facebook somewhere, and that's our profile picture now. And it's like, well, that's clearly not curated.
Was
I
it
guess.
correct? Was it of the actual band, not just like four?
No, it was
you and three other people.
No, it actually was us. It was when we played that place in Pittsburgh, and we just took a picture on the wall, and there was a giant spider and a bunch of T-shirts. This does not convey the most professional image of the band.
What my problem is with bands with multiple singers and multiple guitar players is always I don't know who to credit if I don't have pictures, and it's like, yeah, that guitarist dude really plays well in second 45 of song 3. It's like, I don't know who of those guys played this, and I don't know who of those guys sang this, but they're great. They're great guys, yeah. that happens far too often. Like,
yeah, it's not like Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. You know, there's no question there who's singing.
Yeah, but sometimes it's really complicated to write a review, and sometimes you're just going like, okay, I will not mention any names. I will just tell people to buy this, and that it's great.
Yeah, then
Like,
you can't be wrong.
yeah, I got a few reviews where I was contacted after, and it was like, you got it all wrong, and it was like, yeah, but your label gave me the wrong information, so what the fuck shall I do? So, I was not born in this country or in this city. The press text says so. The fucking press text says so. It should be the truth.
Yeah, man.
It's complicated. Life is complicated. Yeah, one last question for today, guys, or a two-part question. I don't know. What is the ultimate goal if you think about touring with other bands? Who do you want to tour with, really desperately from the bottom of your hearts?
I'll start it off by saying, I guess, bands that are more mesh with our style. I mean, Christ, when we started playing live, over a decade ago, it was, we'd be playing with rap bands, we'd be playing with, single acoustic act band. I mean, granted, we've come a long way from there, but it seems like over the past couple of years, when we started to hit our stride with the bands that we've been playing with, their fans always give us a good reception. Whereas before, it's like, it was so different that people in the audience didn't know what the hell was going on. Whereas we've been consistently over the past couple of years just been playing with bands where it's like they know what to expect and they're like, oh yeah, you guys are fucking great. So I guess just more like that. I can't think of anyone in particular, but just new places, different shows, different stories, and as much as we can get.
That was so political of you. that was such an expert dodge. I think we were lucky enough to open for Ailstorm a couple years ago in Philly, and I think that touring with those guys would probably be bananas of a good time. So I think we would work well with that crowd across any number of countries.
Was he the one who you dueled with in MTG?
Yeah, I did play Magic the Gathering with Christopher Bose, if that can be believed.
He probably doesn't want to admit it, but I'm guessing he stomped him into the floor.
We tied, and then the power went off in the room we were in.
I'm sure he had something to do with it.
It's like, all right, dude, I gotta get out of here. This dude, shut the lights off. This is taking way too long. Yeah. I'm a professional, goddammit.
Yes, it's like you're beating like an entity. And it's like, okay, the light goes out.
Yeah, gotta go.
So yours was obviously the Captain America answer. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah, I always remember I had an interview with Olaf from Enforcer, and he said something which I think is really smart. He said, if the bands we are touring with don't play the exact same kind of music, we get to steal the fans.
Yeah, that's
Go to the dark side.
One thing that has been very nice is that even when we do play with bands that are not quite exactly in our wheelhouse, more and more lately the feedback has been positive from the bands and from their fans as well. So some of them even recognize, like, that's not what I typically listen to, but you guys killed, and they even give examples sometimes. So that it's not just lip service. They actually enjoy it and buy our merch and things like that, and that's kind of really been a positive thing as well.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like I was at a gig some 15, 20 years ago, or more like 20 years ago, I think, 1998, I think, and with my brother, and that was we were there for Virgin Steel, and the support was Riot.
It was right.
Riot, and it was like yeah, Virgin Steel, and the support band played, and we were so fucking blown away by Riot that Virgin Steel really did suck after that. The power level was like 25% less than the show Riot did, and yeah, we bought merch of Riot at the CD, and we didn't buy merch of Virgin Steel.
That's like as an opening act. That's like the dream scenario is exactly that you not only steal fans, but you are also better than the band you're opening for. Which I don't think we're there yet. One day we'll get there.
We do have somebody that's playing in front of us that's really exceptional. We all look at each other and kind of say, okay, not that we ever half-ass it, but like, we got to go out there with as much energy as possible and just, really just use that as motivation to say, all right, they stepped it up. We got to meet that or beat.
Usually that means, all right, everybody, stop fucking drinking. We got to play.
Only water tonight.
Oh.
No, I think another thing is something that helps us is being predominantly like cleaner vocals. Like there's so many like in your face, like it off the beginning, like aggressive metal vocals, and I think I think it's very hard not to get into some awesome riffage and some also soloing when you're listening to like a performance from a heavy metal band. But then when the vocals come in, I think it turns a lot of people off if they're not used to it or prepared for it. Whereas with harmonies and a lot of the ways we do vocals, it's like, oh shit, I can get into this if they're not predominantly fucking metalheads. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, especially the harmonies. And a lot of people say they love the vocal harmonies, and then the one song we have, False Prophet, has guitar harmonies and vocal harmonies at the same time, and people are just like we've gotten so much positive feedback from that. Like there's so many harmonies going on at the same time between the guitars and vocals. It's just overwhelming, and so that's definitely something that appeals to people of all styles, apparently.
How can you not love us after that? Well, put out.
Yeah, I really think that guitar harmonies like twin guitars like in the stuff of Thin Lizzy or Maiden, and that with vocal harmonies together, I think that puts you in a different place as a listener. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that's what we try for.
Oh my god, the first row is drooling. Hey, go on, brain dead for the next 40 minutes. No one's
happening. Brain dead people to be there and set the tone.
Stacking the deck.
Yes.
So yeah, I really got no more questions left. It was a great time with you guys, and if you ever need a review, just hit me up. yeah, I got time on my hands like everyone on this planet.
Wait a minute. What's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur is, of course, the Triceratops.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
good solid choice. Yeah.
the horns.
Yes, horns and the horn on the nose and the shield on the back of his head, and it's like I'm trying to do a new version of my logo, and I think I want to have a Triceratops head of steel, maybe.
Nice. Can't go
Awesome.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm drawing a lot lately.
That's, yeah, Triceratops really is insane. It's like, how is that thing extinct? It's got every possible armament that you could be born with.
It's like a tank.
Yeah. Yep.
I had no armaments for a comet, apparently.
What are you gonna do?
Maybe it's just like in it happened in Jurassic Park. It's like, okay, he's bulky, he looks like a tank, and he's all powerful, and then he ate the wrong flower and shed himself to death.
A good way to go.
We've all been there.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Shouldn't. Yeah.
No.
I appreciate the review wholeheartedly. I mean, you didn't know us from anything. We're we're across the sea, and like your review was awesome, and it made us feel very good, especially in a time where it's like, we haven't been able to gather as much as we want. We all got ideas stewing through our brain and want to get out there, but yeah, it's definitely what the hell am I a booster for us, looking to get back out there again. And thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you get sometimes English is a bit hard to wrap my head around. It's in my bubble, in my social media bubble, there was someone mentioned your video, and that it stirred it up. It stirred up a little bit of pretty much many people interested in your stuff, and it was like, yeah, I want to order the complete discography of those guys, but it's like it's $50, and your and the shipping is $50 on top, and it was like, I can't.
Oh man, I was worried about that because I actually have no idea how much it costs to ship that stuff, and I was like, nobody from another country is going to buy this, so I just put $50 on it. So I need to put the shipping down. It's all my fault. It's my fault.
And the problem is you have to make money out of it, and it's totally understandable for every one of us, the fans, we know that you can't make money off that if you say, okay, we only charge you $10 or something like that. But $50 is like, oh no, it just breaks my wallet in half. And or you need a European distribution. That would be.
Well, we supposedly have European distribution, but only for the last two albums. We have Via Nocturna, which is in Poland. So they have the physical CDs for Ember and for Held in Contempt.
Okay.
But everything before that's from here. But I'll tell you what, you send me your address, and I'll get you a discography in the mail.
What?
Just, no problem, man. No problem.
Yeah, I would be delighted.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
And
Makes us feel very, very good and hopeful for the future. It's like you're not just like, oh yeah, just listen to the two songs that were on a Google search. It's like you've taught us more about our past that we didn't know about ourselves.
It always pays off to
surfaced.
Yeah, it's like many people don't realize that music is actually not just homeless people doing stuff together, then it's fucking work. It's hard
Yes.
hard work, and yeah, I'm. Yesterday I had an interview with Jen Majura of Evanescence,
Oh, cool.
and yeah, she reminded me that I wanted to be a musician some time ago. I tried to sing for tested for 20 bands or so, and it was always like there was a time where everyone wanted to sound like Russell Allen, and the bands were searching for people that could sing like Russell Allen. It's just like, hey, motherfucker, even Russell Allen doesn't sound like Russell Allen. He's that good. Yeah. And it was like, okay, I didn't get the chance, but sometimes I'm really I'm really happy because I don't think I'm made for touring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds hard.
I was listening to one of your other interviews, and they were talking about being able to perform and realizing that you can't do it hungover. You can't just party all the time. And the small, like the little tours that we've been on, yeah, like getting up, trying to socialize and drink and put on a great performance and going 110%, and then waking up the next day and having to be out by 10:30 or whatever hotel you're in, which is fucked up as it is. I really think they should, on worldly level, push the checkout time back for tour at least. But yeah, and being on the road, it is exhausting. And kudos to everyone that does it, especially like on a national or worldly level. Like, people don't realize how much it drains you, But
I think especially for vocals, I know my voice tends to get messed up after a night of drinking, and as a drummer, I can kind of power through if I'm hungover and if I drink enough water. But mad props to the vocalists to do that, because I don't know how it's done.
Does any one of you guys smoke?
I used to, and when we did do it, I don't know. Not smoking, it's definitely a lot easier to hit notes more accurately. But with smoking, you get a cool little rasp. But it's not. It's not a good.
It's not worth it. Yeah, I'm a hobby singer, and I realized if I'm smoking, my voice gets so short, so in such a short period of time. It's like you smoke 2 cigarettes and you just realize you can't hit a note you could hit 1 hour ago. And it's like, I know that's not worth it. Okay, we all know people that smoke look cool. Most people smoke because
kids. You don't look old till you smoke, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe we have to work against that. We have to make cool look uncool. I don't know, to hinder kids to smoke. It's like, you don't want to look that cool. Looking that cool is actually not cool.
Nobody wants to be that cool.
Of course.
Pump the brakes, kid. You're too cool.
Yeah, go to your room, cool kid.
Yeah. Try and teach people. It's like, all right, as cool as that looks, even with me, it's like I'll see it in a movie and I'll be like, oh man, I want another cigarette again. But then it's like, you got to remember, when you actually smoke it, it's like, this makes me feel like shit more often than like I feel like refreshed from a cigarette. So it's just like, it's constantly working against you.
We just have to produce cigarettes that make you feel like a cold shower on a hot summer day, and then get rich in no time.
Yeah, special steam cigarettes or something. I don't know.
That would be really cool. So I forgot one question. When can we, the fans, expect more of you guys? Good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. We have material. We always have material. We've had extra material since day one almost. We probably have 2 albums worth of unrecorded, unreleased songs that we've written. Generally, the problem is having enough time to turn those from the written stage into the, recorded and produced stage, which is why a lot of times our releases are kind of small. But we have, we're sitting on all this material basically. Hopefully the world is getting back to normal. I think all of us are vaccinated at this point. I have my 2nd shot today. Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thanks. So hopefully maybe in the next couple months we're gonna start getting back together, writing, working on some of the stuff we've been sitting on, and I don't know. Obviously, you can't make promises, but I mean, I would love to have something done in the next 2 years. I know that's probably the realistic answer, but we spend a lot of time in the studio per song. I would say we spend maybe 20-25 hours per song in the studio.
That doesn't count the huge, immense amount of time writing it, and even when a song is like almost done structurally, there's still a lot of things that are put on top of it that to really give it like a full sound. I think we're getting a little bit faster though. It's kind of a good feeling because I feel like the quality of the writing is getting better, and also I feel like we can kind of get through it a little bit faster as well. The more often we do it.
Yeah, and with us being able to get together, it's even we might not have any new album material for a little bit of time. I mean, we're going to be working on our shows. Like, it's not just about what you hear. Our live performances, we put a lot into. Like, we throw ourselves to the wall against that. So it's always a good time with there. Once we start getting together, we do a lot of things on social media to keep people entertained. Probably some more interactive stuff. So it's not like, oh man, I just heard of these guys, I really like them, and I'm not going to expect anything from them. While we'll release like small things, whether it's videos or live sessions, or just trying to find new places to play with different people and just going fucking nuts. We will provide entertainment, rest assured.
The question was not meant to put any pressure on you guys. It was just like, it's an EP, it's 2 songs, and maybe it's like like they say, just the other way around. Yeah. Just like, here's a snack, and and in 1-2 hours you get more of that, and like that. So
I think that with digital streaming and digital music, it definitely pushes the more smaller releases more often, which I don't 100% like. I'm always been an album guy. I try to give albums thorough listens several times, but I think sort of like technology rewards constant content, which can lead people to just drop singles. And I don't really I think we could do that. I think we could put out just sort of perpetually be in the studio and just drop a song a month or something like that. But I don't really want to do that. I really like the album experience, or at least an EP experience, where you just have a consistency to the work that that if people take the time, they can appreciate it. But I think it's hard myself. I try to listen to a lot of new bands and listen to a full album. And albums take time, man. They take time. And I hope we're not moving past that as a society of music listeners. But we might be. Nothing stays the same. And we might be at a time where people just put out a song a month, and maybe that's where we're headed. I don't know. I like having a piece of work.
I don't think that we are heading that direction. I just think that that this pandemic situation perpetuates the EP and single stuff. It's metalheads mostly are still album guys and girls.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
I'm happy this is this is the case.
So
Because
you heard from Luke first, the next album, 70-minute concept album.
Yes.
yes. Give it to me. So I have to wrap it up because I think my girlfriend is preparing a meal.
Nice.
Oh, we will be preparing meals because it's way past my I have to eat time. So if anything comes up, new stuff, videos, I don't know, doesn't matter. Just hit me up. We can do another one of these anytime.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
Great. Thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Wicked. So have a nice. We have. It's one. It's 2 p.m. where you are, right?
Yep, 2 p.m.
So it's a nice day, not a nice evening.
Yeah,
I will have a nice evening.
You have a nice evening.
Yes, you enjoy your evening.
Cool. Yeah. Bye. Have a nice day, and we will see each other, hear each other soon. I hope.
Yes, sir. Rock and roll.
Bye bye.
Bye.